The Sixth Heart of Asia Conference to begin in Amritsar today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Afghan President Ashraf Ghani to inaugurate the conference on Sunday. Over 30 countries including China, the United States, Russia, Iran and Pakistan to participate in the conference. Terrorism is the focus of deliberations. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley to lead the Indian delegation. Pakistan Foreign Minister Sartaj Aziz to attend the event. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address Parivartan rally at Moradabad in UP today, the third such rally by the Prime Minister in the poll-bound state. Over 3 lakh people expected to participate. Meanwhile, security has been beefed up in the area ahead of the PM's rally. The Income Tax Department has filed a charge sheet against Punjab Congress Chief Amarinder Singh in connection with its probe against him and his son in a case of alleged untaxed foreign assets. He has been charged under Sections 277 of the IT Act for false statement in verification and various IPC sections for omission and furnishing false information. In a major crackdown on bank employees involved in irregularities post-demonetization, as many as 27 senior officials of various public sector banks were suspended to check corrupt practices. Some cases have come to notice of officials involved in carrying out transactions which were irregular and violative of RBI's instructions. The GST Council at its two-day meeting discussed the GST bills except integrated GST along with dual control. The Council is also expected to discuss demonetization today. Earlier, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley had said that there is a constitutional compulsion to implement the GST within its deadline and its implementation cannot be delayed beyond September 2017. The Indian Navy has said it was aware of the deployment and movement of Chinese naval ships and submarines in the Indian Ocean region and that it has kept a close eye on them. Addressing the annual Naval Day news conference yesterday, Navy Chief Sunil Lanba said a Chinese nuclear submarine was deployed in the Indian Ocean and it did a port call at Karachi harbour. The National Green Tribunal has banned the use of disposable plastic in Delhi and NCR with effect from the 1st of January 2017 and has directed city government to take steps to reduce dumped waste. A bench headed by NGT chairperson, however, has refused to shut down the Okhla waste-to-energy plant and issued a slew of directions for its eco-friendly operation, along with 2 other plants at Ghazipur and Bhalswa. The Supreme Court has accorded its nod to the Centre's graded response action plan to tackle different levels of pollution and has asked the Central Pollution Control Board to upgrade its existing infrastructure and set up additional monitoring stations in Delhi NCR within 6 months. Syrian government forces have recaptured half the former rebel stronghold of East Aleppo in an offensive that has left bodies in streets and sparked global outrage. Rebels put up fierce resistance in the southeastern outskirts of the battered city, but government forces closed in on opposition territory from the east. President Bashar al-Assad's forces have made swift gains since their offensive against Aleppo. People in cars and trucks rolled into the wildfire-ravaged city of Gatlinburg in the U.S. to get a first look at what remained of their homes and businesses, and a mayor raised the death toll to 13. More than 14,000 residents and visitors in Gatlinburg were forced to evacuate, and the typically bustling tourist city was shuttered. South Korea's 3 opposition parties have filed an impeachment motion against scandal President Park Geun-hye, which will be put to a vote in the National Assembly next week. The motion, which accuses Park of violating the constitution, was supported by 171 lawmakers in the 300-seat legislature, with the vote set for next Friday. Gambia's president of 22 years has acknowledged his election defeat on state television, vowing to step down hours after news of the results prompted thousands to celebrate in the streets in an unprecedented display of disdain for his rule. It was a stunning turn of events in a country where critics have long alleged votes are rigged and opponents silenced and jailed. Europe has approved an extra 1.4 billion euros to resuscitate a life-seeking Mars rover project and keep its place on the International Space Station. The European Space Agency said it sought an extra 400 million euros from its 22 member countries for the rover and about €1 billion to prolong Europe's participation in the US-led ISS. Nico Rosberg quit Formula One days after winning the world title for Mercedes in a move that stunned motor racing. The 31-year-old German made the bombshell revelation in Vienna ahead of the International Automobile Federation annual awards ceremony. He said he had made the decision in the aftermath of his championship triumph. Today, the world celebrates International Day of Persons with Disabilities ever since the United Nations decided in 1992 to mark the day to promote the rights and welfare of disabled individuals around the globe. The government in India has made contributions by giving reservations in government jobs, encouraging inclusion of Divyangs in various programs, besides other steps.